Hello, my name is Christian. I worked on this game. This game is called The World Next Door. I'm going to be talking about it a little bit. I'm also going to be talking about what it means to me and what PIGSquad means to me because I feel like these two things are explicitly linked, frankly. In this game, The World Next Door, you play as June, a human girl who has been transported to the magical world of Emrys thanks to her friend Liza. One human gets to come through the portal every 10 years, and it's June's turn. And they get to go on fun adventures and hang out and check out the world of Emrys. June is one of Emrys' biggest fan, which is really cool. And she gets to meet up with her best friend Liza, which was really interesting. I really loved these character designs when we were making them. When we were making this game, we made this game as Rose City Games, is a Portland game dev studio. It's also it was co-founded by Corey Warning and Will Lewis, who also work in great lengths to make PIGSquad what it is today for us. So cool to finally hang out in person. It's interesting. I'm gonna be skipping through this initial dialogue here. I've seen this a million times. Liza wants to get June in trouble by going to a shrine. I'm gonna say let's go. It's interesting when I think about how this game was developed and what my interaction with it. I saw it at a PIGSquad. I think it was a town hall. I don't think it was the drink and draw. First time I saw it was at the town hall. And Corey was showing it off. He was showing it off in a little corner, maybe working on it with Rose City Games as it stood at the time, as well as some other partners. And he said, "Hey, I'm trying out this weird thing. It's sort of like we're going for like a pyre bastion thing, right? Where it's match 3 on the floor, but it's also a visual novel." And I remember thinking at the time, like, man, that's gonna be tough. you're gonna have to polish this game to oblivion to make sure that works. And he said, yeah, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best, and we're gonna try real hard. And I remember giving him advice at the time. I was working as a match 3 designer at the time for a company in California. I was giving advice about match 3 concepts and what he could do, how he could use things. Ready to go. And I thought to myself, man, that game's pretty cool. I want to see where it ends up. And lo and behold, several months later, Corey hit me up on the side and he said, "Hey, would you mind coming down and doing some freelance design work just to get this game going?" What's up, Horace? This guy's awesome. Such a jerk. It's a lovable jerk. Got me. I'm human. You got a problem with that, Horace? You jerk. And it's interesting. I've always loved that PIGSquad allows. We're not gonna drink. I've always liked that PIGSquad allows creators, not just for City Games, but creators, to show off their stuff and get big feedback, get really great feedback from the community, be really open about it. That was one of my favorite aspects of it. When I worked on Plunge as well with some folks in Portland, Hagen DeLoss and Tyler Edwards. We worked on Plunge together, and that started as a PIGSquad project as well. We showed it off as many events as we could. And the amount of good people and good exposure and good feedback that you get from PIGSquad events is unparalleled. Honestly, it's something that is invaluable. Not just for our games or this game, but any game, right? Jam games, tabletop games, right? There's so much to be said about how great it is to have a community of people that are willing to both put on these events for at their own, at the expense of their own time, at the expense of their own money, and equivalently a community that's so good and helps out so much with everything that really the whole world's trying to do. Whole world of game dev. Speed through this tutorial as fast as I can. I teach you to throw a big GD fireball. Fireball? God, these character designs are so fantastic. These are done by Lord Gris. And all of them, they were cleaned up by several artists afterwards to make him work in the game as well. And All these folks came through Pig Squad, right? This game is really important to me because it feels like a culmination of Portland talent. There's so many folks that worked on it that have been in Pig Squad before or continue to be, have moved on to other things, moved on to other studios and games, and it really it felt like the first time that for me at least, the first time that Portland had become a big game dev town, right? Here we are making our own homegrown thing, our own homegrown studio, to be working with a big client like Viz. And the idea of being a part of that is really important to me. It's really important to me, and something I'll never forget. I remember where I used to live. I used to live in Connecticut. I moved here in 2016. The idea of having a game dev scene, it didn't exist. It did not exist, right? Unless I wanted to try and start my own Pig Squad on the East Coast where I used to live. It never would have been. When I came here, I was absolutely thrilled. I think the first thing I did was a global game jam. I was absolutely thrilled with the idea that I could just go to an event and meet like-minded people, that meet artists. I didn't know any artists. Meet other programmers, meet other designers, and get together and make something cool. And I think that was so cool. I think it's something that only Pig Squad offers. You know, there are other communities. There are other communities in the East Coast, of course. There are other communities in Florida. There's other communities in Canada, but it's such an untapped resource that we have this. You know, and it really speaks to how much work has been put in to make this community great and work everyone in it. Tough. I have to fight the grievance. There's nowhere to go. And this is it, right? This was the core of the world next door, is making these big match 3 puzzle battles, I think is what we call them. Let's see if I can make a really big chain. Really big combo chain. Ugh. I'm missing everything. I haven't played this game in, gosh, a whole year. Alright, it's dead. We did it. We did it. Beat up the grievance. I'm okay. Thank you, Liza, for asking. I think I'll be able to get through this tutorial just in time. And it's... I think I've said this before, both privately and publicly, but I am now a professional game designer. I've been a professional game designer for 5 years. I've been making video games professionally for 5 years. This is outside of the jams that I do and the solo projects I do, the individual actions I do. And I really attribute a lot of that to Pig Squad, to the community, to the level of appreciation and attention that I've been able to get as a designer to work through all my beginner hangups, you know, and to get advice from folks. I've learned a lot about programming from this community. I attribute a great deal of everything that I've learned, all that I've grown over these past 5 years to Pig Squad. I'm not sure. I'd like to believe that I would have gotten to the same place just for my own merit, but I guarantee it wouldn't have been as fast. It definitely would not have been as easy. Yeah, take that, dinosaur man. Ah, take that, hand lady. So one of the reasons I picked The World Next Door for this event was because I felt, you know, I worked on this game. This was one of my first major games. It came out through Pig Squad and it's important. But at times, I sort of feel like June, right? I came from a place with absolutely no game dev. And I met all these cool people that teach me how to throw game dev fireballs. And I think something really poetic about that. It's something really, really important and really worthwhile for Pig Squad, and I'm glad I've been a part of it. Could go by Fight the Boss, but I think we're going to let that be. Check out The World Next Door on the Epic Games Store and Steam. see for yourself what it looks like. See you later.